Are you gonna fight, or are you going to run and hide? Fight or flight is so heavily ingrained into who we are. And yet, because of how the world is now these days, we don't really have to fight. We don't really have to face dangers that are serious. To face things head on. We're not running from tigers. We're not, going to be eaten by a bear. We're just living, and often constantly living in fight or flight, because the things of perceived stress, the things of danger, the things of, that could end our world aren't instantaneous. They aren't this quick moment. Oh my God, there's a rustle in the bush, I need to run away. It's the stress of life, stress of jobs, stress of money, stress of relationships, stress of the body. And what happens is, most people will choose flight. Or more accurately, I find, is will choose, ostrich, head in the sand. I can't see you, you can't see me. That we are so adapted to comfort. We are so adapted to ease that, when things get scary, when they get full on, when you face that threat, it's easier to sedate. It's easier to shut it all down. It's easier to run and hide than it is to face it head on and fight it. And then to face it and do what is necessary. And I get it. I do. Most people are like, why would you choose comfort? I get it. Comfort is easy. Comfort is fun. Comfort is nice. It's warm and cozy and makes you feel good in the moment. But it's that phrase that matters in the moment. Making those choices long term is no bueno. It's going to end badly for you. The question is, how long can you kick it down the line? How long can you keep pushing it off until, it becomes a problem, until it becomes an issue? And this is the question. And this is the situation that you need to find. That when you're confronted with, the stress of not liking where you are, the stress of life, what do? Do you run away? Do you hide? Do you sedate? Do you put your head in the sand? Or do you face it head on? We've spoken before that these feelings of anxiety, depression, fear, all these kinds of things are usually genuinely related to lack of action. It's that you aren't in action. You aren't taking the steps to deal with the situation. You have anxiety over things because, you're focusing on things that you can't control. You're focusing on things, and then on top of it, not doing anything about it. Of course that's going to freak you the fuck out. Of course that's going to deliver anxiety and stress and depression. You are, A, choosing to focus on things that you can't influence, and B, then not doing anything anyway. Analysis paralysis. That you get so caught up in the thought process and the ideas and analyzing the situation that you don't actually take the action to do anything about it. To actually step forward and take control of the situation. In all moments, there are only three things that you can control. Your thoughts, your habits, your actions. That's it. You can't do anything about anything else. And if you try and, dictate the world to your whims and desires, well, it's not going to end well. But on the flip side, and we've spoken about this before, and people always get unhappy about this, your reality is your fault. What you have going on in your life is your fault. But it's also the greatest gift under the sun. And is the greatest blessing you could ever have. Because, well, when it's all your fault, it also means that it's fully within your control to change it. It's fully within your control to make better choices and to build a different life, which is exactly what you want to do. You want to take back control. You want to own it and go, I don't like where I'm at right now. Great. That's really great. Now you have the opportunity to change it. Now you have the opportunity to do something different. To take control of your thoughts, your habits, and your actions, and make different choices. Build new habits. And it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to be a magic quick fix, like snap your fingers and boom, now we're there. No, it's going to take continued action. It's probably going to take at least 126 days, because that's how long it takes to replace a negative habit with a positive habit. It's going to take commitment, intensity, and follow through. And for a long period of time. But, well, shit. What's the alternative? You already don't like where you are. You're already unhappy with how your life's going. So why not make different choices? And people come back with when this happens, or when I reach this point, or, when I have enough money, or whatever it might be. Well, here's the thing. That time is going to pass regardless. It is. It is going to pass no matter what. The question becomes, what are you going to do during that time? So, you can continue down the path where you're unhappy. You can continue doing exactly what you're doing and stay in a life that you don't like. Stay stuck in a place that you aren't happy with. That's fine. It's your life. It's your prerogative. It comes down to you and what you want out of it. Or you could take a risk, or you could take a gamble and see what you could do on the other side. See who you could be by making those choices, by making a different choice, to build a different life, to be a different man, to show up differently in this life. The question becomes, what choices are you going to make here? What decisions are you going to make? Are you going to run and hide? Are you going to run away from it? Are you going to put your head in the sand? Or are you going to stand and fight? It's like Rocky says in Creed, it's one step at a time, one round at a time, one punch at a time. Just keep moving forward. And there is unbelievable power in the simplicity of that. But you have to take the action first. You have to step up and start taking some action. So many people want to, as I said, run and hide. They want to complain about their life. They want to be like, woe is me. Woe is my life. But they're not doing anything about it. They'd rather continue to complain. They'd rather find someone else to commiserate with them rather than taking the actions forward. The only thing you should be comfortable with in this life is with being uncomfortable. I know, an oxymoron. But it's true. You need to get comfortable being uncomfortable. You need to choose the things that scare the living shit out of you. You need to choose the things that make you so uncomfortable that you're not sure how you're going to get through this. But on the other side of that is everything you want, is everything you need. On the other side of all the things that you're avoiding, all the things you're afraid of, all the things you are sedating by putting your head in the sand to avoid facing head on, is the magic that you are looking for. The second you take ownership of that, the second you step up and go, okay, head first, all or nothing, commitment, you'll find the universe starts to align for you. You'll find that things just effortlessly form up for you. And everything flows the way that you want it to. Remember, a commitment means that you cut off all other options. That there is no plan B, there is no backup plan, there is no other way. You have committed. And now you're all in. And now you go. And now you see where you end up. And, I've got it around my wrist. And it says that the only way to fail is to quit. And there is so much truth in that. That if you just keep showing up, full force, all in, no matter what, you will succeed. If you give enough intensity, focus, and commitment, you will succeed. The problem is that, A, most people are never stepping into the ring and fighting for another day. And B, that you expect the results too quickly. We've been sold this bullshit lie that, things should happen really quickly without much effort. You want to know the easiest way to sell something? To tell someone that you can do it faster, without much effort, in a shorter period of time. That's it. It's like, 5-minute abs in 30 days. Fuck yeah. Or sit on your couch and get skinny. Remove the effort, shrink the timeline, make it as simple and as easy as possible. People will buy that shit all day. Usually knowing that it doesn't work. Because, if it did, if you honestly had the answer to that, everybody would be in great shape. Everyone would be feeling amazing, looking amazing, all that kind of stuff, with very little effort. It reminds me of the one, I got one of those spam calls, and it was like, we have an investment opportunity for only $10,000 that we guarantee you will give you a 300% return on investment within 6 months. And I was like, there is zero chance that's true, because you wouldn't have to sell it via random phone calls. You would just approach a couple of highly wealthy people who would liquidate assets like no tomorrow, and they would take up all the positions on it. Because if it was as easy as a lot of these things are selling, no one would have any problems. Everyone would do it. It's like when people are like, drop 15 kilos or 30 kilos or whatever it is while still eating all your favorite foods. If it really was that simple, everyone would do it. Everyone would be in great shape. Everyone would have done the things. Because, if you can have your cake and eat it too, why wouldn't you? But the reality of the situation is that doesn't actually work. And if it does, it doesn't last. And it's why you have to get used to being uncomfortable. On top of that, there is something about who you become along the way doing the work. I've spoken before. Yeah, this is a fitness program. Yeah, I teach fitness. But more than that, what I'm teaching you is to become the man you need to be to have that fitness. It's less about the six-pack and it's more about the skills that you learn and the man you become along the way. Because that's what changes the game for you. Fitness is just the tool to develop the mindset, to develop what's up here. That's what's going to separate you. That's what's going to make the difference. That's what's going to change your life, is becoming a man of your word, from doing the work day in, day out, no matter what. That's what's going to separate you from all the rest. That's what's going to make the difference for you. And that's what's going to allow you to become a man who can overcome all obstacles. Because you got comfortable being uncomfortable. You got used to pushing your limits every single day. And the physical one is always the easiest because your mind will scream at you many times before you're actually ready to quit, that's enough. And you've just got to figure it out. You've just got to find another gear, find another level, and keep pushing forward. That's how you separate yourself. That's how you build everything you want. That you get comfortable being uncomfortable. You stop sedating, you stop hiding, you stop running away. You step into discomfort and you face it head on, and you fight and you fight and you fight and you level up as you do it. And you never stop fighting, the fight just becomes easier. So if you're ready to develop those skills, if you're ready to face it head on and become the man that you know you should be, and to build a great fucking physique along the way, click the link in my bio and let's have a chat and let's see who you can be on the other side. I can't wait to see you there.